A young man who began his criminal career stealing cars when he was only 9 years old. He was so short that he had to use a cushion to sit in driver's seat and flee from the officers, who tried to catch him in chase that turned out to be crazy. His robberies and mugglings escalated when he fell into some drug addiction, and he ended up prison and died of cirrhosis in 2003 at the age of 42. Hi everyone, and back again with a movie review. In this video, I'm going to review one of the action drama films, and it's from 1985. The shocking and stirring film based on the facts about juvenile delinquency. The film starts with present day. He is 23-year-old now, introducing himself and giving a speech. This is the story of one of the most famous delinquents of a Spanish transition, Juan José Moreno, whose biography is told by the means of flashbacks from his childhood and how everything changed when his mother went to prison. He tells his story as a criminal offender from prison one. As a fatherless, he lives with his mommy, but subsequently she is locked, and he then carries out a criminal life. This young offender had a very moving childhood filled with crimes and a dangerous adolescence along with a risk first youth. As a young thieves embark armed robberies to raise the money that they used to raise their existence. Along the way, they are chased by police and some civils, taking places spectacular pursuits with bones and leaps, and breathtaking car crashes. Caught in a life of crime ever since he was 8 years old, he became a hero of an underworld, a modern Robin Hood. When other kids learned how to write and learn in the school, he learned how to steal cars and drive. With only 10, he was the best drivers around. His life was brought to the screen in 1977 film and later which was based on his first book. Since then he became the most famous delinquent in Europe. He spends most of his life behind the bars and was let free only 8 days before he died. He was due to come out in 2007, was never a loser. He was a fighter and he fought until the end. On his second and the last book, called Until My Liberty, was written in prison. In that, he explained what went inside the prison over this past 20 years. He was brutally beaten for that. Now he rests in peace beside his brothers and friends who left him way back, victims of drugs, HIV, and the police. The film tells the story that his life like a legend, as he was born in a prison where his mother was imprisoned. And this film were notorious in the years of Spanish transition to democracy, including provoking issues and played by unknown young people. The director's style is pretty much urban and realistic, as well in the atmosphere, as in a fresh dialogue and attempted to take a position in a favor of outcasted people. Drugs, delinquency, and generational problems are the habitual subject in this film, and specially dedicated to the underworld of drugs. And very realistic look at the addiction. Passing of time isn't had mercy with most of these films, but they represent a time and a way of life in the history of Spain. and now they may seem a little bit naive. A great look at the young life and friendship is margin side. Let the story flow efficiently and being released in a realistic style. We see their troubles growing in such a street, slums, and outskirts of other coastal places and some fine location. The director creates a shot of Spanish by tracking genuine delinquency in suburban and gypsy population from a sociological point of view. The film is done on a low budget, but it is still very entertaining to watch and at the same time dramatic. It shows a life of a kid fighting for his liberty in a life that let loose on itself. Spain in 70s and 80s had a very high percent of delinquency, which created a lot of popular outlaws and gangs of thieves. And that's all about this film's review. And if you do love our reviews, please do support us by like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.